Hey, welcome back to Mankind Workshop, and thank you for joining me again in this little video. Now, we've just done this Harrier. It is a lovely little set, but while I was working on it, and people that know these sets probably noticed this themselves, but I didn't notice till the end because I've never worked on one of these sets before. It's the only one I've got, not seen any others. But this aerial I thought was original. Looks like it's been messed with before, because in use now, when you put the aerial up, put it back down, watch what happens. Put it back down, the whole thing moves here, and then it's got this insulation tape all around it, and usually you'd expect there is a little sort of plate down here. I don't think it's for the bottom of the aerial, but usually with hacker sets, this wouldn't ever leave the factory like that, would it? So what we're going to do now is see if we can't tidy this up a little bit better than what's been done before. So we'll start off, we'll take the aerial out. But by the way, the set's working lovely. I've been using it and enjoying it a lot. It's a shame when I do the let's try it, let's give it a spin, you're pretty limited on YouTube. I'd love to let it run so you can hear all the stations it picks up, but you know, a lot of them are music stations, and it's a no-no, not allowed on YouTube, which is quite right, because the people that make their music, that's their living. I wouldn't like to work and not get paid, and that's effectively what you're doing. As you can see, what I'm trying to do is get this aerial out without having to pull the... we might have to pull the chassis out again. I'd rather not. I'd rather do it all in situ, but... I think we're going to keep this little bracket here. That feels quite firm. And looking at it now, obviously, that is not factory, that. There's a big hole there. It shouldn't be like that. So, here's my idea. I've been looking through my little parts trays. I'm sure you guys that work on radio have got loads of these, where you get all sort of stuff that you collect over the years. And I found this bracket. It's off another radio. If you know what that radio is, then good on you. I haven't a clue. But it seems to fit in this slot pretty well. And I think if we attach that to the side, and then attach the aerial to the bottom of it, it'll be much firmer and a lot better job than has been previously attempted. So what I'm going to do now is just chop all this muck off that has been put on there, to see if we can get this aerial out. There's a grommet there. It's been put on. Let's pull that off. And then all this insulation wire. Let's get a sharp blade. Now at the moment, as you know, in the UK we're on lockdown, so I am sort of kind of letting these videos run a little bit longer than usual. I don't tend to edit much, but I do tend to stop recording when I'm doing bits like this. I try to cut it and not scour that aerial. I should really have a look on the internet to see how this is all in an original set. What the aerial's like. Did you hear my voice just going to fast forward then, because I couldn't get my words out right? Okay, let's see if we can't get this off. Perhaps we'll have to pull the chassis out again. I'd rather not. I'd rather do it while it's in. Wow, it's not very brittle, this tape that's been used on it. Let's see if we can pull that off. Are you enjoying this? Enjoying watching this? Hope so. I mean, in the comments, if you'd like me to let the camera roll a little bit more than I usually do for stuff like this, let me know. I will do, I don't mind. Plenty of time at the moment, haven't we? We're all staying safe, staying indoors, fighting this virus, hopefully. And if you have, or you know anybody that's been affected by it, my heart goes out to you. It's a nasty thing going on. Right, okay. That's enough about talking about that. It's all over the news everywhere. We've all heard about it. We all know what's going on. We all know we should be staying at home, staying safe, which I am doing, which is why you're getting a lot more of these videos from me. And just listening to me waffle on while I try and get this wretched screw out of the bottom here. Oh, perhaps I should have took it out of the chassis. Who knows? Let's get some pliers on it, hold it steady. What I don't want to do is this white wire to fall off completely. Oh, there we go. That's been in there quite a long time, I imagine. Pull that out. These screws, by the way, I tend to save them. I haven't got one like that. Because I do sometimes put replacement aerials in, like this one. I haven't done this on this set. This has come like this, so obviously somebody else has had the same idea. And there's a local nut and bolt company, and I took a few original aerials, and they gave me some spares for them, which let me drop them all in. I actually shared out with a few guys. So if you're stuck for these little screws that hold these in the bottom, and you know me, give me a shout, because I've got quite a few of them, and I can get hold of them. Now whether, see, the ones I've got are not like that. It's obviously different. Let's see these. No, well, I wouldn't have one of these. This is obviously a replacement. I do have replacement aerials in stock, but not of this kind. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to do this. It's got to clear the handle. So let's set it. I am going to pause, guys, because I want to have a look on the internet now at if I can find any info on any original pictures of the back of this radio. Okay. So I've just been scanning the internet, and it's great that the man cave clock decides to chime just as I'm talking. And I found this picture, and this I hope I'm allowed to show this, but it's just images. Looking at this one, the aerial in mine isn't original. That looks like an original aerial. That grommet that I cut out looks the same that was on that one. So I'm going to have to modify mine to be a bit more stable, because it obviously isn't the original aerial. And what we'll do is try and use this bracket. I've seen Robert sets with brackets in like this. Let me zoom you in. I think this might work. You see what I'm doing? This bracket's got this hole in the bottom, and it's got these two holes here. And I think if we set it up right, it'll whoops. It'll be a lot more stable and a lot more secure to hold the bottom of that aerial. We could put that in there. Pop that in there, and then use the screw to secure the aerial to it. Should I keep the camera rolling? Well, actually, I've got to get a few tools ready to secure that bracket in, and some pencil marks. It looks pretty good where it is in the set this end. It looks pretty straight there. Let's get this bracket. Pop it in where we want it to go. Lucky to have this bracket actually, just found it by having it in the spares. Let's see if we can move that out of the way and get a really sharp pencil and put 2 marks where we're going to put the holes for the securing screws, which is another thing I was looking at in that box of screws you saw. I've dragged out, but you can't see at the moment. Let me pull the camera out again. Dragged out some little screws that I had, little wood screws. You still can't see it, can you? Just a minute. These guys here, because this is quite thin. Oh well, I thought it was, but it isn't. I was going off the edge here, because what we didn't want to do is for them screws to come through the finish on the other side. I hope you're staying with this video. It's pretty raw. It's not paused or edited or anything. It's just how it is happening. And let's have a look at some other, because I thought I had some better screws than that, but I thought they were too long. I think it was these guys here. Let's see how that goes with thickness. They might be a bit too deep. I suppose what I'll do is first of all put these smaller ones in, push the aerial up and down a bit, and see if they're strong enough to hold. Could always pop a bit of. What I'm wary of is going through the finish if I'm putting screws in this way. So let's have a think. That will go there. So we just need to really secure that very well. Because over its lifetime, this aerial's, I imagine, is going to be used a lot and put pressure on, and eventually we don't want it to work loose. Okay, pause coming up, guys, while I have a think. So, thanks for following, if you've followed up to yet. This is a long drawn video. I've sort of got, I don't know if you can see that, to put a little mark there where the bottom of the bracket should go. So the aerial then sits in just about right, I think. And I've got the first screw lined up in. I went with the short screws in the end. I'm just going to pop that screw in. I went with like I say, the short screws because I think that's going to be plenty enough. I mean, just with one in, that's pretty firm. So let's start a little pilot hole. It's quite soft wood, this. What's concerning me now is the angle of the aerial, because if it was like that, obviously when you pull it up and it goes up like 2 foot or whatever on the radio, it's going to look odd. Or it's same with the angle that way or that way. So I'm just trying to get the angle right, which I think we've done. Just line that up. Okay, let's get this next one in. Did it move well out of angle? I'm not sure, but that is that's a much firmer base now. Especially when you're pushing the aerial in, you don't want it going straight the way through. But let's give it a good anchor point. That now, still got the reminiscence of the old hole there, and that's at an angle, but this is actually straight at the bottom. It's not what Hacker would do, but it's it's what we've got to work with. Now let's have a look. I think this is the aerial screw. Let's have a look. So if you're not enjoying this drawn out video, just don't watch it or skip to the end. Right, so that will go in there. We need a little washer now for this screw, I think. Let's have a look what we've got. Oh, it's in a different drawer. I'll just pause again while I go and find my little washer stash. So again, you know, keep all your spare bits. I'm just looking through this now to see if I can find a washer that will do the job. Doesn't fit perfectly. Well, let's try this one. Found another one. Really low in the shot here. Sorry about this. Usually I wouldn't keep the video rolling this long. That looks neater. Let's go with that one. And what we want is, where's the aerial wire? Oh, it was white. I think it was white. Or was it green? Yeah, it was white. There it is. Perhaps, should we do it that way? No, that needs contact with the aerial, doesn't it? So let's pop that there. Let's get this little. It all gets a bit fiddly now. Let's get that there and see if we can't get that on. There we go. So you can see the base side of it now. The bottom part. Let's manually zoom out. Have a look what's going on up here. I think that's much better. There's still a little bit of play here with this bracket. So perhaps we could put, instead of filling the whole area up with insulation tape, we could put a little bit. I've got some somewhere. Let me find it. So yeah, I got this white insulation tape here. How are we going to know where to put it? Let's see. Let's make a mark if we can. No, that won't work. Make a mark with a Sharpie. I know where the bottom of this aerial is. Let's pull all this out again. Got a bit of that tape somewhere, I think. Let's just leave that like that. So where was that marky? There. And let's put a little bit of this. Just one piece instead of going the full length of the aerial. There's no need. I think that will be enough. Let's cut that. Let's see how that fits in now. Of course, everything fell off the other end. Oh, it doesn't fit in, does it? It doesn't go through the top now. Can we get it through that way? Just about. That feels a bit firmer. So let's get this all back on again. We've dropped everything, haven't we? Are these magnetised? Am I getting my head in shot there? There we go. So we got that washer. We got that screw. And push that up there. Just put it back together again like we did before. And see if that's worked. I think we might have cracked it there. Let's tighten it up. Tighten it up a little bit more. I think that's fixed it. Let's zoom out a bit. Get it in light. Let's get some light on it so you can see what we've actually done. I think that's better. Much more secure than it was before. So again, thanks for watching this long and drawn out video. Kept the camera rolling, just to show you what I'm doing. Be good to each other, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers guys.